Hello, Moonlight Mafia. How is everyone today? I hope y'all have had an awesome weekend so far. Getting ready to start another new week. I don't want to really remind y'all too much of that because, hey, we still got some weekend to go. But we are here and we are ready to shoot the breeze, and we can't wait. We got our drinks ready. Do you guys have y'all's ready?
That's not mine.
So I'm going with the Bud Light Lime, and Chas has her Smash on the Beach.
I just painted my nails.
Let me get them. Even froze up on her screen. Oh, all right. I don't know what was going on there. We froze up on our end. I hope we didn't freeze up on y'all's. But anyway, cheers, Moonlight Mafia. Hope y'all are having a good one. That was good.
Good.
All right. Let's see here. Bring up the notes. All right. We'd like to thank our mods. We've got Meg, Danny, Amy, Kenny, Kelly, Tammy, and Blaine, Sean and Alana, and Anthony. We appreciate all the awesome work that our Moonlight mods do for us. We thank you very much. And if you're interested in doing the Lord's work as a moderator, just let us know. We don't discriminate. I mean, we do have Danny up here doing this. So, and I see Greg waving us down over there. So let me very smartly and abruptly take care of that right quick for you. Oh, there they are. Boom. You have been gifted the blue wrench of destiny, Sir Greg. Work hard to keep it. You will be on the icon next week. All right. Hey, so let's see who all we have. Holy moly, we got 75 comments. Wow. That's amazing. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see who we have in here. All right. Everything's a little herky-jerky on this side. I don't know what's going on. I tried to be smart and jerry-rig some things on this end, and I have completely fouled up our entire setup. I know it looks like we're on a ship. We're a little shaky. We're actually we're on a fold-out table here, like we're fixing to do tables, ladders, and chairs and slam somebody through it. I mean, it's just, you name it. We look about as unprofessional right now as could be, but hey, we're going to get it done. All right. So hello, Miss Ashley Ratliff. Welcome. And we're froze again.
No.
All right. Miss Meg, welcome in. Mr. Anthony Simone, the Modigator. We're going to win you over to the Bulldogs this year, buddy. Cruise Nuts in the house. Let me shut, you think?
Yeah.
The newly named Miss Kara McCann. Congratulations on your wedding. You looked beautiful. I wish we could have been there to see it, but congratulations to you. Andrew and Michelle with the funnel heads. Welcome. Miss Marcia from See Me Traveling. Welcome in. The man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, the Ford man, also known as Kenny or Kenneth Oaks.
I didn't know if you were waiting on me to say it, like a little.
And here's a guy we all know and love. He affectionately called Adventures. We have a skit ready to send you for our take on what SCT Adventures stands for, but we never give ourselves enough time to get it done. But we're going to get it done. We're going to send it to you. It's going to be epic, my friend.
Yeah.
It should be, as long as we've taken. Yeah, we could do it tonight. I got to go into my Army gear and dig some stuff out. It's going to be great. It's going to be real good. All right. I've never had this happen before where StreamYard has froze up on me, so I apologize, guys. We got Blaine in here. And our YouTube mother, everyone's favorite friend, Antoinette at Fun. Good to have you in here, Antoinette. Antoinette, she failed everyone's thoughts and prayers. So she had COVID, and she's back. Probably not to 100% because I can testify it takes a little while to get back to 100%. But we are glad you are feeling better, and we were all concerned about you and praying for you.
There was somebody you missed.
Oh, Mr. Smith.
Right there.
Double A Ron Smith, welcome in. Together we travel. Thanks for showing up, guys. We appreciate y'all being in here. Tony G, 1975. We've been on a lot of shows where you've been there. I don't know if you've been on ours, so welcome in, sir. Man, this is awesome. All these folks in here. I appreciate y'all coming in. Make a little man feel big. All right, Miss Darlene Reese, welcome in, ma'am. Ralu 69, welcome. Think I may. Oh, we don't want to forget the cowboy, Paul Vines. And look at here. There's Mr. Barry Brain. Welcome in. We've got some conversation to have about you, friend. Amy from Amethyst Hayes, the Traveling Mannings. Man alive. Wow. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. So that's all that are in there. So talk a little bit about what we have for tonight. We have a special treat for all you guys. And Mike Lovelace from Lovey's Fat Life said it best last week that when it seems that you've plateaued, you've got to bring in some big hitters. So we brought in the biggest of hitters, a brother from another mother, a fellow Georgian, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Greg, and the lady of all ladies, Miss Felicia. And as soon as I unfreeze, I will bring them up. Man alive.
I wonder if it's just froze up for us.
I don't know. All right, now we can bring Greg up.
It looks like you're getting caught back up, talking really fast.
Oh, hold on, Greg. I got you froze up here. Let me remove stuff from the screen and get us all squared away here. There we go. I do know what I'm doing. It's just
I believe you do, but I mean, when you said you had to bring in heavy hitters, I thought you had somebody else coming in with us. I was looking around. I don't know. I thought maybe you had, I don't know, Rayleigh Creative coming on with us or something. I don't know what you're talking about.
I said we were trying to increase viewership.
Oh, my bad. I missed.
I'm not trying to go negative.
I got you. I got you. As you can see, the seat is empty. Hopefully it'll be filled shortly. But guys, listen, I'm here to tell you, we did something yesterday. We went and got, Kara moved out. She got married. She's gone forever. And we're doing a bunch of changes around here. So I went and moved Riley and Kara. I mean, Riley, Kara, and Felicia were not on my cell phone plan. So I went, and Kara's now with CJ. And so I moved Riley and Felicia over to my cell phone plan on Verizon because of my company deal and stuff. Anyway, so we went yesterday and attempted to start this process. And that started at 10 o'clock yesterday morning. And it ended tonight at 7 o'clock. I've been on the phone with Verizon since 1 o'clock this afternoon. And the whole reason Felicia is not sitting here right now is because she didn't have her number working. And she's on the phone right now with some clients with the travel business, calling them back she's having to get caught up with that. So hopefully she'll be done with that in a few minutes and can join us. I'm here to tell you guys, I've never seen a debacle like that in my life trying to get a number. Verizon's been great. I'm not complaining about them. They went above and beyond, but just trying to get her number ported from the old carrier over to this one. Oh yeah. I'm exhausted. That's
Everything's a
crazy.
pain nowadays. And did you ever talk to anybody that physically really works for Verizon?
Well, I'm assuming everybody I talked to today did, because they were, in fact, the one lady I talked to, her name was Shay. She was in Texas, because I even told her, I bet I was on the phone with her for an hour and a half, and she went above and beyond. And I even told her, I said, hey, I don't know if you cruise or not, but check out, I even was promoting the YouTube channel. So check out our YouTube channel. And she went and subscribed. She commented on one of our videos a little while later. She said she never cruised before. I said, well, if you live in Texas, Galveston, you need to go out of Galveston.
Yeah.
But but all of them today, and I thought we were done. The people from the old carrier were all in a foreign country. I can tell you that much. And that's where we were running into trouble. But the thing about it is, I thought we were done. The last I heard from them is you're going to have to wait 24 more hours before we can port the number over. And then about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I got a call back from Verizon and said, hey, we think we can get this done. And so I was on the phone with them for another hour, and about 7 o'clock we got it. And that's when I was like, hey, and she sat down a few minutes ago. I said, you need to call this one person back that I told them you'd call back. So she's in there on the phone trying to help them right now, but I think she's going to be able to join us here in a minute, but we don't need to talk about all that.
No, it's all good.
How are you guys?
Hey, we're good. It sounds like you've had quite a day. Hello, Lisa's Cruise Adventures. I didn't want to break you in there, but good to have you in.
Hey, and, Lisa. Hey, we're going to be with Lisa in December on the Carnival Sunshine.
Is that the well, we'll talk about it in a little bit. I won't run out of things. Well, we won't run out of things to talk about between us. But so for those of y'all that don't know, this is one of the creators that inspired us, and he's Greg and Felicia they're gonna be all humbled out, and he's gonna get red faced and act like, But we had this idea before we went on our cruise on the Carnival Valor that we would maybe try and do some sort of vlogging thing, because we had watched Pro DJ and we watched you guys. Just between you and me, I like y'all's stuff better. We did. We watched a lot of y'all. Well, I think it's just the accent and I don't know, it to each their own, and nothing wrong with Para DJ. We still watch them. We love them.
We love Para DJ too. Yeah.
They're right down the road from us. But y'all just kind of struck a chord with us. And
I mean, we don't have an accent or anything.
No, not at all.
You
couldn't tell we were Northwest Georgian 18 years in the making. 19 before we left. But yeah, we spent a little time in Cairo. We know where that's at. But anyway, so we go on our cruise and we start taking pictures. We start uploading some little videos or whatever it was we were doing onto Greg and Felicia's Facebook. We didn't understand all of this stuff. There's this community, and that guys and gals are trying to get monetized and all that. We're like, hey, this is just a cool Facebook page to be on. And lo and behold, on like day 2, we get cookies from Cherry on Top, and we're like, man, that is so cool that they would do that. We don't know them from Adam, and we come back, and this daggone one fly in the whole house. But anyway,
just trying to get some.
I get out my bug assault here in a minute, and it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. But anyway, Greg reaches out and he's like, hey, we'd kind of like to have you guys on our live stream. And we had no clue what we were doing, and we were nervous. But it all kind of took off from there. And Greg helped us out with editing software. And you may have thought it was little, but it was a lot to me. And we really appreciate it. So we finally gotten to a point where maybe we can return the favor to you. Hopefully this will help you guys out a little bit.
Oh, it's great hanging out with y'all. And what y'all don't know is it goes both ways, because whenever y'all went on the Valor last year, we were still fledglings too, because we didn't really start posting. Our channel didn't really start until August of last year, even though we'd had it a year or so prior. COVID really shut our stuff down from when we tried to start it. It shut the channel down. It shut what we were trying to do here down as far as what she was doing. And so whenever cruising started back in August, that's the first time we really started posting videos. And so y'all went on it. When did y'all go on the Valor?
January.
It was January. So between August and January wasn't that long. And so the Facebook group where y'all posted the photos, y'all don't know it, but I literally, when y'all started posting them to the Facebook group, I texted Felicia and I said, oh, you look at these guys posting pictures to our Facebook. You know, because y'all were some of the first ones that really started sharing, and I hope y'all have started experiencing this too with Moonlight Adventures. Is there comes a point with your Facebook group, and any of y'all that are in the chat that have Facebook groups that are creators too will know this. There comes a point whenever you're doing everything in your Facebook group, you're making posts to try to keep people involved, and then there comes a point whenever your Facebook group people start chatting amongst themselves, and it's almost like it's like, this is a bad example, and don't, but it's like your kids start growing up a little bit, and they're chatting amongst us, and you're so proud because you're like, look at them, and so y'all were like the first ones that really started. Some of the first ones that started posting, and we were just so excited that somebody was in the group posting pictures and all that, you know. And so, as much as y'all say that we inspired y'all inspired us too. And so we were just we were excited, and that's why when y'all started posting those pictures, I told Felicia, I said, let's send them something. They posted pictures. Let's send them something to their cabin. That'll, you know, just to be nice. You know, it wasn't much, but you know, and we still, believe it or not, we still do that from time to time with people that we see post stuff when they're leaving on a cruise. If we can find out what cruise they're on and where they're at, you know, cookies are $7 or $8, but for somebody to go back to their cabin and just get a little gift or something, it sometimes it means a lot to people. And so it doesn't cost us a lot, but it's a neat little gesture. So
not to get sappy, but it was a little emotional because I'll tell you, I mean, it was like we started falling in love with the idea of cruising, and then we come back from a great day and there are those cookies, and we're just like, oh man, this is just, you know, it was really great. And we tried to return the favor to you guys on one of your cruises.
Y'all's next cruise, I tried to send y'all some cookies, and it said Greg and it had another guy's name.
Did you send something to somebody else? They probably appreciated it.
I don't know if this is them. So I didn't send them. I was scared to send them. We've never sent anything, so I don't know how it really works. So like, I don't want to send it to some random.
It's the thought that matters, right?
Well, here's the thing. The tricky thing about if you ever try to do it, and I'm not trying to encourage you to, but nobody will find me because my first name's not Greg. You'll never find me.
I sent it to the wrong.
There you go.
I won't tell you what my first name is.
Well, because I tried. I don't remember, but I could never figure it out. I was like, until I see a first and last name and know for sure, I'm not sending it. And I better not.
But you're right, it does get emotional. If you look at one of our videos, I think JNS sent us something. Yeah. And literally, I did cut the camera off because I was about to get teary. I even said that. I said, I'm about to get emotional. I got to get off here because it does. Yeah. Which I'm a crybaby anyway. She's not. She has no working tear ducts. But I do. I get emotional and stuff because it does. It means a lot to me because people don't realize y'all do. But and when I say people, like my family members and people around here, I even had it last night, and I started to do this, and I'm probably just rambling on, but we had a gig last night, the first gig I've had with my band in a while. And I asked her yesterday, I said, should I take the cameras tonight and do a vlog of tonight setting up and some songs and breaking down and all that? She's like, no, we don't need to do that. So y'all missed out. Y'all missed out on a vlog of my band last night. But anyway.
Well, I mean, I was here at the house in live streams representing.
Yeah, she didn't stay to watch us play. But
hey, she watched the wrestling vlog last night.
I don't know nothing about wrestling.
Like, I don't know anything about wrestling. I'm like, well, I don't either. Nothing.
We were rocking and rolling till midnight. So I didn't get home till about 1 o'clock. But I had one of our drummer's wife. They've dabbled in YouTube a little bit. She came up to me last night. She's like, so what do I got to do to get monetized? I'm like, it ain't that easy. Let me just tell you. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It takes a lot of work, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, the normal people, I say not normal, but the average person doesn't realize how much work and effort goes into it. The day we got monetized, I got emotional because I was like, all that hard work, and you don't think it. You try to play it off and say, whatever happens, if we get another 10 subscribers, fine. If we don't get any more subscribers, that's fine. If we never get. But I'm here to tell you, when you finally see your hard work and effort come to fruition a little bit, it does kind of get to you,
Oh yeah.
Not that it's a dream that it ever has to happen, but when you see it does. Those long nights and all that work, it does.
Yeah, and you don't know how much goes into it because
I
we
am
did.
emotional, Meg.
We're not emotional. We both have bad allergies though,
Yeah.
and they come out sometimes. But
Is that what it's called?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, there's been so many times where I'll and I've coached and umpired and I've done a few things aside from this stuff and it catches you at the oddest times. It just be like, well, why am I getting emotional about this?
Yep, that happened a lot during the past few weeks when Carol was getting married.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and that was we have one that's married, but I know it's different for the parents of boys than girls as well.
Yeah, I'm jealous
It's a
on
little
that.
different. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of I mean, maybe it's old school and maybe it's wrong to say now, but at least for us, you're still trusting someone else to protect your daughter. And that's different from a man getting married. So yeah, we completely understand. But I don't know him, but he seems like a good guy, and I know Kara has good judgment, and y'all raised a good lady. So
If I could ever get him to get in here and film some more Taste Buds episodes, I'm still getting. We just hit
Yeah.
15,000 views on that channel. I got a notification the other day. So.
So hey, now that we got y'all in here, let's talk a little bit, and we have the face of the organization, Miss Felicia, on the other side, and
You gotta move that. I think it's a curling iron every time I look over there.
So I bought a new. I think I donated our old tripod to Senior Frogs, so I went and I bought a telescoping selfie stick.
But
This
laying over on the desk, it looks like a curling iron laying
Uh-huh.
there. I keep thinking, why does he have that
Yeah.
down here?
If Ronnie Gilbert's in the chat, he'll appreciate that gadget. It's even got a little power button here. I mean, there you go.
I like his little gadget reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. All right. So the first thing I'm going to bring up is the poll. So this is a poll we just did on our Moonlight Adventures Facebook page, and NCL has reported that they're going to drop their pre-cruise testing requirement, at least for those when they're sailing to countries that don't require it. And I asked the Mafia how that's going to affect them as far as cruising. Are they going to cruise more? Are they going to cruise, are they going to stop cruising altogether? Because I'm sure there's some people that are thinking about that. And then will nothing change? And for the most part, everybody kind of sided with what we thought, nothing's going to change. We would like to have clicked more cruising, but I think, we're on 5 for this year now. I think 5 for the year is probably as much as we're ever going to be able to do with work and everything. But what about you guys? How do y'all feel about that?
I'm one of the 23% that said more cruising, but that was just wishful thinking. I mean, we're maxed out as much as we're going to cruise as much as we can cruise, regardless of what they say. But yeah, it's not going to change anything we do. I mean, we follow all the protocols. The only thing that might inhibit us from cruising more is if they change the requirement suddenly, like the booster requirement, because we're not boosted yet. So if they did that before we could get a chance to get boosted, but other than that, I mean, we'll get boosted if they require it. But like if they said next week, you got to be boosted, and we had a cruise planned the week after and we couldn't get it in time to get on the ship, that's the only thing that would change. But this, no, I mean, I'll be glad when they drop the cruise, the testing requirements altogether. And I hope they do soon enough. We talked about it Friday night. John Hild came out with that new deal where you can test with any over-the-counter test now, which is phenomenal.
Really? Yeah.
You
That'll
can use on our Facebook group page. I posted the link to the on-site proctoring. I forget,
only like $15.
It's $15 to have it proctored, any over-the-counter test, and they'll accept it. So
yeah, that's good.
That tells me that they are getting prepared probably to drop it. If they're willing to take any over-the-counter with an online proctor.
Mm-hmm.
It's really stressful because you feel like you can't really pack and prepare and get ready for it until you know that you're going. It's stressful.
And I think we're
sometimes you have to travel to a testing site and you have to miss work to go do that, and it's stressful.
Felicia's got a client book that's leaving they travel for work. So he has contracts from place to place, and they're going to be in Pennsylvania, leaving out of Orlando, out of Port Canaveral here in a couple of weeks. And so they're flying in. And so here's the thing. This first time they've cruised, right?
Yeah, and they don't have insurance, so
they got to find somewhere up there to get tested, because you don't want to fly all the way to Port Canaveral just to find out I'm positive.
Yeah.
You know? And so where they're at in Pennsylvania is not somewhere that they are familiar with, because it's not where they live. They're living out of a camper because he's got a temporary contract there. So, I mean, it's just a hassle, really.
Yeah,
it is. And so one thing I want to bring up, if you guys have any questions and you're in the chat, just, type out question and we'll try and grab it, whether it's for us or for Greg and Felicia.
I do see
welcome in exploring with Eric rather. And I agree, it should not really affect us cruising unless you're more concerned about COVID on the ships, and we're vaccinated and boosted and all that good stuff. However, last cruise we went on, I came back with COVID.
You're 2 for 3.
Yeah. I'm a 2-time loser.
Getting COVID up off of.
I think we're at a point though where it's like, hey, this thing is going to happen. You're going to get it sometimes you're not. We got to figure out how to live with it. So take all the precautions you can. And depending on what your opinion is, if you don't like wearing masks and whatever, we shouldn't throw shade at people for being cautious either. That's just as bad. So,
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, however you have to go about living with it, that's what we got to do. And that's how what we're going to have to do to return to normal.
Yeah, I don't think they did a good job of educating at the beginning. They wanted to make it sound like if we can just get through this, it's going to go away and we can go back to normal. We're going to learn to live with it. And thank goodness it's not as bad as it was to begin with. It went from a pandemic to an endemic, I think is what they call it. And so, it's just going to be around. So
here's Scott and Amanda, and welcome in.
Hey, Scott,
glad you guys came in. So we'll answer this first question, and then y'all can answer right behind us. What's the longest cruise that we have taken? Our longest cruise so far has been a 6-day cruise.
We've only been on 3 cruises.
Yeah, we're cruise rookies.
We just started January, March, and then June.
It was not too long. It was too short, if anything. We're really looking at we'd like to do a back-to-back. If we had the time, for us, I think 14 to 21 days is optimal, because we really like our sea days. And of course we wouldn't be able to go as often because those are quite a bit more expensive. But if you talk with Andrew of the Funnel Heads, they're all about the back-to-back. And I know a lot of people that are that way, but yeah, I would like, and then that last piece there, the 60-day around the world. Yeah. And I saw one the other day that was like 86 days.
I'd
love to do it when I was retired, but Greg, Felicia, how do y'all feel about that?
Our longest has only been 5 days, just because of our work schedule.
No, we did a 6-day.
No, we did a 5. Our longest was the Sunrise, 5 days. Yeah.
That was long.
Sorry.
I still felt like the 6-day being our longest, I still could have used one more day.
We go another day every time.
Yeah.
Because in January it was 4-day, March was a 5-day, June was 6-day, and then September is going to be a 7-day.
Yeah.
See, our problem is we choose quantity because with our limited amount of time that we get off, if we were to do a 7-day, then that limits us to 2 cruises a year max. And if we do 4 days and pick the right ones, we can do 4 cruises a year, because doing the weekend type deal. So, do you want to do 4 cruises a year at 4 days? And here's the thing. We really want to do the 7 or 8 days just because of the crowds are different on the 7 and 8 days than on the 4
I'm ready
days.
to go home after 5 or 6.
No.
I'll tell you these, and I was going to bring this up here in a minute, but the fighting on the cruises, that's another thing, is that I think the longer the cruise, I hate to say this, but the demographic changes, right? I mean, if you
Party
have
atmosphere, yeah,
it's the 4-day those, and we've been on our Carnival Valor cruise was a 4-day, and we told you about the bad experience we had in the comedy club and the karaoke club, and it was definitely more of a party atmosphere. So I think I don't want to call it the demographic, because the demographic really doesn't change, especially on Carnival. It's a pretty big mix of everybody. But I think the attitude, the mentality, I think you hit on something there.
You could tell. I mean, we couldn't really tell on our first one but the people we were hanging around with, they said this is why we never go on 4-day cruises.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, well, why?
What
we didn't
difference does
get
that
it. We didn't understand until we went on a 5-day or 6-day, and it is different people. I don't know why, but it is. You could tell different.
She, being the TA, she gets these free deal offers, and so the Margaritaville thing's kind of hanging out there for the 2-night deal, and I'm scared of what the 2-night Margaritaville might be. So
it's not. So we've looked at it, because they were at port in, was it Freeport? Yeah, they were in Freeport with us, and my mother-in-law, she just cuckoo over Jimmy Buffett, which we love him too, but taking pictures of the ship and everything. And then we started looking into it, and they're really cheap. And, Tony from Lolita Loca just went on one. And, he said for what you get and for what it is, they knock it out of the park.
But they're only 2 days.
Yeah. They're only 2 to 3 days. And,
and see, we look at it from the prism of content these days. Even the people that went with us a lot of times are saying, because we never drop the camera off, so it's almost like work to us. It's not as much of a vacation as and at some point we're going to have to figure out a balance with that, because we film constantly and come back and put it out. So I don't know.
Scott, I work with you. I know better. I just received a text. I know who Scott and Amanda is now.
Wait. I thought that was Scott. Okay.
No, I'll tell you who it is in a little bit. He probably don't want me to call him out right here. All right, let's see here. Hey, so Meg, she put on here, thanks for all the thumbs up. So whether or not you know this, we have a deal with the Mafia. If we get to 50 thumbs up, we will take a spin on the Wheel of Doom at the end of this.
When we got your card Saturday, and it dawned on me when I got it that I never gave you my address. That's how scatterbrained I was. I was like, I was supposed to send it to you, and I never did.
Well, I knew I could find it if I went, because I'd seen it before on I think it was on the Facebook page, so I knew we could find it.
We forgot to, or we didn't get around to sending them before the cruise, and then he had COVID when we came back, and I was like, let's not send them. I don't want people thinking these have COVID all over them.
I think that's what went through my mind. Was I knew y'all were leaving like the next day, whenever that night, and I was like, well, I'm not going to do it right now because I know they're leaving, and then I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
And so, but we got it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we were
on our stack.
We were doing our first raid parade, so we were trying to get ready for that. We had Miss Raylan Grace, who's just, you want to say hey?
You want to get up here and say hey?
She just premiered her first video making grilled hot ham and cheese sandwiches on the raid parade.
We got to check. I saw that. We got to check that out. I'm so far behind.
She did an excellent job. She did a really good job. All right. Oh, there's Miss Najuma Brown. I see you in there. Chat just jumped on me, so I'm going to say hi.
Somebody else too.
Them?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I already threw them up there.
Okay.
I apologize. I'm not trying to miss anyone on purpose, but we've never had this many to deal with in the chat. Thank you guys so much for showing up.
It's hard to keep up with it for sure.
Yeah. So here's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I don't know if you've heard about it yet or not, but the Carnival Luminosa. This is a new ship that's going to set sail. One of the things that catches your eye right away is the lack of a funnel there.
Looks like the Freedom.
So that's kind of cool. But this ship is going to sail round trip from Brisbane or from Seattle. And I think the idea behind that is that it's going to you can go back to back. So you can go from Brisbane to Seattle and back, or vice versa, or you can just do a single trip. I haven't read a whole lot about it. I just kind of saw this, but apparently this is one of the Costa Cruise Line ships that they're going to refurb, and there's some stuff on there. But this is definitely something that I would love to do. And I know that, we've been doing some things with the Downunder cruisers on Thursdays, and they're really interested in us coming down and visiting and sailing with those guys. This may be a good opportunity here. How do you feel about
sleep, Josh?
What's that?
At 5 a.m. When do you sleep?
It's only on Thursdays. I can sleep when I'm dead. It'll be all right. No, I catch up. Chastity will let you know I catch up, and I don't always show up to work as early as I need to show up either. So
gotcha.
I missed another one there. Let's see here. Barry Brain, Antoinette, see me.
Barry Brain actually got my nickname right.
Cruise Nuts. Well, anyway, someone was asking, and I'm not real sure on the answer on this one, but they were asking if this ship is going to take the place of the Spirit. I'd say there may be a good chance, but I hope they don't do away with the Spirit.
The Spirit's moving to Mobile next October, so I would think it's going to be around for a while.
Yeah. I'm with you, Anthony. It looks weird. Looks weird not having the whole tail, but
I'm really surprised they wouldn't put it in dry dock and just stick a whale tail on it. That's surprising.
I wonder if I don't know. I wonder if they learned something from the Freedom that's caused them to not want to do it, or I don't know. They're not taking them off the other ships, but
well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, so let's drop that down. And so we already touched on the fights a little bit. I was going to bring that up, but some people think that that's part of the cause of Carnival's dip in their stock, but it's actually kind of started coming back up, I think. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. It could happen on any ship. I actually heard on Tony's, I think it was Tony, that was talking about a fight on Holland American of all cruise lines. There's not a very young clientele on Holland American.
Beating each other with walkers and canes.
Yeah, I reckon. You won't beat me on the shuffleboard, Sonny. I'll tear you up with a stick. Oh man.
Meg.
Okay.
I don't know when Meg sleeps.
I know, exactly.
Her and Kenny.
She acts like she just happened to be awake, but she knows. She's so good. We definitely are going to have to throw some love your way come Christmas time, because you take such good care of us. I'd like to do something before then. We definitely all need to meet up somewhere at some point.
That's the thing. Did y'all see the Meg T-shirt we came up with? We got to get those ordered, but
we probably haven't seen it, because I'm surprised you guys didn't give us a cold shoulder, because I think we've missed y'all's live like 2 weeks in a row now.
Well,
I
had planned on all day watching it, and you.
No, we've been out of the loop too with Claire's wedding. So
Fridays at 7 is not the most optimal time, really. I'm surprised anybody shows up Friday at 7. We really want to move it to Friday and later. I'd really like to do it later in the evening on Friday, honestly. But we never get upset with anybody for not showing up to a live, because we realize people have live.
we were happy to see that Meg went out for dinner Friday.
Yeah.
Yes, Meg went to dinner. She needs to get out.
What had happened was, what really happened. So I had to umpire.
Meg, she doesn't think you don't get out. That's not what she.
Yeah.
I had to umpire 2 games on Friday, and it was the first time umpiring since I had COVID this last time. And I felt like I was 100%. Halfway through game 1, I could tell, and I was in the field, and I was like, oh man, this is going to be bad when I go behind the plate. And it was hot, and I'm pretty sure I experienced at least heat exhaustion. It got pretty close to going to the next part of heat stroke. I mean, I was cold and had chills. It was 95 degrees outside, and I couldn't get enough water to drink. So I called her and I said, "Hey, I may need somebody to come pick me up." And this was an hour away from the house. I've already sat here for 30 minutes just trying to get myself back to where I need to be. And went and got some orange juice at McDonald's and a Sprite and some water in me and made it home. But anyway, that's a poor excuse. Well, it's an excuse. I don't know if it's a poor one. It's the one I have.
I was going to watch it. I mean, I was planning on all day, like telling Raylan, you got to give me the phone. When Raylan's here, I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
She's on YouTube nonstop. I tell her every time, okay, at this time I need my phone. And I just forgot all about it.
You're exactly right, Najuma. She is a rock star.
It's all good. We don't ever. And here's the thing. I mean, y'all know when you do them, they go by so quick. You really don't have time to take roll call. You at the end of it, you don't really know. I mean, you do know some hookahs who chats, but you don't necessarily know that somebody didn't make it, or we don't. Anyway, I guess maybe I'm not that bright, but
well, and there are some people that you worry about. You know, it's like, oh, they're there every time. You know, it's kind of like that's how we found out about Antoinette. It's
well, we actually were worried about Kenny because he wasn't on like a couple of people that he usually is. And we even said, I hope he's okay. And then we found out that he's in the hospital.
Yeah. So he had some vomiting and some issues, but he's back to 100% now, it looks like, and we're glad of that. And same thing.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, with Miss Antoinette. I'll tell you, if you haven't had the opportunity to meet Kenny in person, and I feel like Antoinette's going to be the same way when we finally get to meet her, but man, you know, the Bible talks about people being the salt of the earth and the light of the world. That's Kenny and Pawpaw. They are definitely salt of the earth, light of the world people. We need more people like them in the world.
We could have sat there all day.
Yeah,
we cruised with Antoinette and didn't meet her until afterwards. Met after the cruise through all this, but our first cruise last year on the Magic, she was on there with us.
And she loves the Magic. She kept telling us how much we were going to love it, and we did. That's an awesome ship.
That's a fun ship.
Yeah.
All right, so what I'd really like to ask you guys is this Barry Brain character. He keeps asking me to be his Facebook friend. I did finally friend him. Does he know GW Firebird by any chance? I don't know who this person is.
I don't know if he knows GW or not, but I will tell you this. We are not Barry Brain. I do know who Barry Brain is. Barry Brain was a recipient of one of our Brain Trust trivia winners. I'm going to try to hold this up. It's heavy. Got one of these. All right. And the person that is behind Barry Brain, I'm not at liberty to disclose who he is. He prefers anonymity at this time, but he contacted me and said that he was going to take the Brain on a cruise and asked, could he start something up? And he kind of wants everybody that received a Brain to kind of start posting pictures of their brains on adventures and everything else and start a Brain community. So
kind of like that thing that the kids did in school with the flat guy that would travel everywhere.
I don't know that it's that dark, but yeah.
What is that? What was that called? Tim Flat, Bob Flat, something like that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just know it because people that I worked with, our kids weren't young enough, but there were people that I worked with that had to bring this little paper mache person to school and get their picture made doing certain things, or not school, but
yes,
I worked around helicopters. Yeah, there it is. Flat Stanley.
Yeah, Flat Stanley. Amy, take your Brain to Alaska.
She may need to do a weight check.
Now we sent a Brain to Scott Siri, one of our Facebook group members, to Canada. He's from Canada, and it got returned yesterday. It did not make it through customs.
Oh man.
So Scott didn't get his Brain. I'm not sure what we're going to do there, but Barry did. I had a chat with Barry Brain Friday night, and Barry's going to start sending me some clips to play on our our live streams on Friday nights, and we may even schedule an interview with Barry Brain at some point. Not sure how that's going to go.
Said that, I think I've put some clues together, and I think I know who it is, but I will not disclose. I think it is.
I asked him if he wanted me to disclose who he was, and he said no.
I think you and I both know him well, though.
I'll be honest with you, I've never met him.
I've never met him either, but I think we know him well.
Okay. I know him from the chats and just talking back and forth with him. He's an awesome guy. He's in a lot of the chats. He may or may not be in this chat right now.
Let's not put him over that much.
Okay. Offline, I'll make confirm for you whether or not you're accurate. But he's having fun with it, and I appreciate it because I would have never thought about doing anything like that. I mean, this was just something we wanted to do with our trivia to have fun with. I never would have thought. First off, I would have never thought anybody would actually put this on their mantle at their house to begin with.
When we finally win one, it's going back there.
Yeah, I'm always. I get so trigger happy sometimes that I screw up, and I'm like, oh man. And I'm usually only one away or something, but yeah, it'll happen when it happens. I did win the other day, though.
The crew.
Yeah, I did win the trivia on the cruise dorks the other day, and they get creative. They just find things. And anyway, she painted on here, and this is what we won from the cruise dorks.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what they sent.
Yeah, so a big muscle shell.
Like that.
They sent it. She painted it and everything. I mean, it's nice. They were kind of laughing about it, and I was like, "Oh no, that's going on our background."
Yeah,
that is cool. Yeah. Barry, I know you're in the chat, but I'm saying maybe or maybe not the person behind Barry the Brain would be in the chat. I don't know whether he is or not. I'd have to scroll and see.
Barry's brain power is so great that he can probably through telepathy get into the chats. I would imagine.
Some of the stuff he posted on his cruise last time, and if you go back to our Facebook page and see. You might can figure out what cruise he was on, but yeah, it was hilarious getting down there. So
it's almost he was just starting to realize that he was there. Like, oh, I just have the realization that I exist. Because
here's the funny thing. I got a request to join the Facebook group from Barry Brain, and I rejected it. Because
I think she did too.
That's what he just asked me. He's like, "Did you not get a friend request?" I'm like, "Maybe. I probably declined it."
I was writing down questions, and she said, "Who's Barry Brain?" I said, "You don't know who Barry Brain is?"
Well, I'm very protective over the Facebook group, so when I go to approve someone, I look and see how long they've been a member of Facebook, if they're members of other groups. And that day, Barry Brain came through, and it was like member of Facebook for one day, and I'm like. Oh, nay. And then I got a message from the creator of Barry later in the day that said, "Hey, I finally pulled the trigger. I created," and I went, "Oh man, I'm sorry. Send me another request and I'll approve it." So,
yeah, Lovey contacted me when I started doing the GW thing, and he said, "Hey, I think this is you, but has somebody hacked you? Like, I want to make sure."
He was like, "Make sure you set up those questions where people are not just getting on there."
It was funny because we don't have any. Luckily, I think there may be a little video out there because some people sent us some stuff. But GW had a Lido deck performance on the Magic. I mean, he got down, buddy, and. So anyway, it was funny though because after that we go down to the hot tub on the back deck and we're sitting there and we're talking, and these people are like, "Hey, did you see that guy with the mullet out on the Lido deck?"
No, they're talking about yeah.
They're like, I thought for sure he was going to be in the 80s. I didn't have it in me to go back out to the 80s dance party because I was already spent.
But then she said, "But he did sing good in karaoke. Did y'all hear him?" We're like, "Yeah, we heard him." They didn't know it was him. Nobody did. Nobody recognized him.
I was so disappointed in myself. And Greg, I know you know this because you've performed, but I could not hear the first note, and I was like, "Oh man!" And I knew, and I was trying to step it down as I went, and I finally got in key, but I knew I was just going to crack in that first note, and I was like, "Oh man!" But didn't matter. It was GW, it wasn't me. So
GW hasn't accepted Barry Brain's friend request.
I'll have to get GW is only able to get on the internet when he goes to the local internet cafe or the library. The park that he lives in, they don't have internet there. So I'll let him know, or I'll have him come over to the house.
Can he get on with a Commodore 64?
Well, that's the thing. That's all he does is play Oregon Trail at the house, and
Gotcha.
So I think he has Pong, but that's about all he can do in word process. So Scott and Amanda, they're asking a question. They said, "Do you think Disney cruises are worth the higher cost?" I couldn't tell you. I've never been on one, but from what I understand, especially if you have children. So I think our first Disney cruise will be with our grandson when he gets old enough to realize we love Disney. And before we were cruisers, we were Disney freaks. And the YouTube thing kind of started with watching Paging Mr. Morrow, who's a Disney travel guy. Great channel, by the way. And we would watch him a lot. But anyway, long story short on this, I think what we'll do, because the character experiences are so great. And if you go on the Disney cruise, you're just immersed in the character experience. And I know that would be great for little man. And then for the adults, it's not the party environment. So I think if you're looking for something a little more toned down, just straight up relaxing, for us, I like a mix of all of it.
Well, people say just adults that it's really good because all the adult only things like this hot tub and adult only pools are open because everybody has kids. So
yeah, I think I'd rather do a Royal Oasis class than a Disney, but we missed our opportunity last year. She got, when they were giving out the crazy deals to the TA, she got a $60 per person Disney cruise deal, and we just couldn't make it work. And you don't see that, $120 plus port fees and all that. And we just
like the Australia deal that Carnival had out there. I mean, it was a free cruise with like $200 onboard credit or something, but
it's so expensive.
She's like, "Hey, look at this." I was like, "Well, let's look at plane tickets." Oh, okay. Because I guess, I don't know, they're trying to get Americans, but to come over or whatever to get everything started back up. I know the Downunder cruisers are trying to put something together for 24, and I told Sean and Alana, I said, we will try our best. I mean, if it's in 24, we could plan that far out and make it happen. But they'd like for awesome. They'd like for us to come over to Sydney and visit with them and sail from there. And we'd definitely like to do that. That's going to take some planning for sure. I mean, that's a bucket list place for me. I definitely want to see Australia before I go in. But
yeah, we watched there's a Mighty Cruise Ships episode that they go around New Zealand and all that down there.
Yeah,
it's just phenomenal.
And that's what this cruise is. I think it's an 8-day around Eden, New Zealand. I want to say they said either Fiji or Tahiti. I don't remember, but it sounded like just a fantastic cruise out of Sydney. So pretty excited and would like to try and get that done if we can. Let's see. Nice. What else do we have in here? Let's see if we've got any other questions. I get so far behind. All right. We need a producer here at Moonlight Adventure Studios. All right. So let's see. We already talked about Kara getting married. And how are y'all dealing with that?
We're doing well with it. She's happy, and we're happy for her. So it's working out well. Everything fell in line for her with her job and schooling and everything else. So we're happy for her.
Yeah.
We got another one at home, so it's not empty nest.
Not yet.
And you got a puppy too, or did she take the puppy?
No, we've got the wonderful Millie. She's still here.
Millie the Wonder Dog. Yeah, we've got, all our wonder dogs have wandered out.
Well, Raylan's eating a snack, so they know where to
all
stay.
Our WON wonder dogs have WAN wandered out. All right. So what's your next cruise that you guys have planned?
We're gonna be on the Freedom September 22nd, and we kind of booked that one with Riley's actually going with us on this one, but Kurt and Marcia from CME Traveling is going to be with us on that one. We called it the CMET
Yeah.
group cruise, which is not a group cruise. It's just something put together. We were hoping we could get some more people with us, but you know how it is trying to put these things together. But we got that one, and then we got the Sunshine in December out of Charleston, and that one we're going to be on with Journey with the Gingers is going to be on that one, along with Jonathan Bailey from the Photog Experience.
You got it right.
I know, right?
Yeah, that was one that we chatted back and forth last night. I think about that, Greg, and that we definitely want to hit Charleston before. Yeah, before that closes down. So yeah, we would. That's one that piques our interest for sure.
That'd be fun. We're also looking at, we're trying to put something together for next year, far enough in advance that we could get a bunch of people together. And we're looking at, there's already one for next, the non-group group cruise that Beach Please is doing with Adventures Ahead, but we're probably not going to do that one. So we're trying to do something that, you guys have been on the Valor, and a lot of our people, because we've been on the Valor twice, been on the Ecstasy out of Mobile, and a lot of our people that are in our Facebook group live in Mississippi, Louisiana. They've been out of the Valor. They're faithful friends of ours now, and so we thought, well, let's maybe put something together that some of those guys could meet us on the cruise. And so we put something together that we were just calling, just for fun, the Boo You Know Who cruise for Halloween next year.
Yeah,
and we were looking at the glory for the actual week of Halloween. It's a 7 or 8 day cruise. I think it's 8 days. It might be 8 days.
And that's a sister ship. The Glory is a sister ship to the Valor, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It's out of New Orleans, and a bunch of people that
like Mahogany Bay.
Yeah, it's a bunch of ports that we've never been to, and so she's going to look into trying to reserve some group cabins just to see what kind of deal she can get through that.
You can count us in on that one if you put it together. We definitely decided we want to cruise on Halloween every year or around that time.
Well, so that would be cool, and that's the whole thing. It would be actually on how it leaves the Sunday before, and it would be a Halloween cruise. So when she figures out how many rooms she can reserve and all that, and what kind of deals it would be on, that would be fun. We'll definitely let you know. But we want to put it together far enough in advance and try to get as many people from the group, Facebook group, and as many people that want to go and just have a good time. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that'll give us a good. Kurt keeps telling us we need to meet up. I think we live pretty close together. We need to go have shared dinner and drinks one night for sure.
And I liked sailing out of New Orleans. I mean, the city itself was kind of, but I loved going down the Mississippi. That was a neat experience.
Yeah. It sure is. Yeah. The other really cool experience is Jacksonville and going under the bridge in Jacksonville, because they probably have a good 20 foot of clearance, but it looks like you're that close, and that was kind of cool.
We need to do that. Y'all got the benefit of doing the Spirit out of there. I don't really care to want to go back on another fantasy class ship for a little while. Not that there was anything wrong with the Ecstasy, but kind of want to stay with the others. Christmas cruise. Have y'all been on a Christmas cruise?
We haven't. So we went. I mean, January was the first time ever. So, but yeah, I mean, with our kids getting older and stuff. Definitely something.
We were on the Sunrise this past year, the week before Christmas. Mm-hmm. We got off the 17th, was it?
Yes.
We got off the 17th, and the ships were decorated the whole month of December. In fact, we got off the Valor the morning they started decorating for Christmas. Mm-hmm. So the ship's beautiful for Christmas. I mean, stuff they do for Christmas is awesome. I can only imagine what it's like.
Yeah. We love Disney at Christmas time.
Yeah, we sure do.
Darlene, if you hadn't checked out our sunrise vlogs, go look at it. I did a whole one of the videos. I did a little tour of the ship with kind of showed the Christmas decor.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, after we get done, I'm sorry to cut you off, Felicia. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Josh. What'd you say?
No, but say we're going to keep going because we're going well here and we haven't lost anybody. But be sure once you drop off here, or if you want to open up another tab, go over and tune in to Kicking It Country with Scott. We're checking in on him right now, and they normally don't start on time, so I don't feel too bad. He's a pastor, so sometimes he has things to deal with after church, and that's definitely more important.
Been waiting to see if they ever finished that little waterfall thing they were doing at his dad's house or wherever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't. That's another group of guys that we can't wait to meet up with, and they're trying to put him and I. We've been working to try and find a good place to do. Kenny Fest.
I heard you mention that the other night. Yeah, that would let us know about that. That would.
Yeah, I coined that. I mean, nobody. That's not official, but when we were talking to Kenny, and he's wanting to find a campground, so. Because about half of his viewers are RV and boondocking folks, and then the other half are the cruise community. So I was like, "Hey, Kenny Fest, show up in a field somewhere, let it get muddy, and grill and just good old country. It kind of like back in the day, when you go out in the pasture and set a big bonfire and just everybody hang out, But that'd be really fun. It really would be. It'd be fun, and Kenny deserves that. He really does. He deserves it. Mm-hmm. I've got all these shirts and like Kenny Fest, and
I absolutely cannot wait till after his cruise to hear about it.
I know. I wish there was some way that we could send him like a super surprise, like
like what?
I don't know. Something that would just
be careful where you're going there.
Yeah. I know. I don't want to venture into Danny Griswold territory here. I told him when we met with him. So Kenny's a handsome guy, but in person he really is. I mean, he is a very handsome man. And I'm like, you're going to have trouble. You're going to have to beat him off with a stick, Kenny. And then Papa said, well, he better not bring him back home.
Papa said if he brings them back home, I better have money to eat.
That's right. All right. So I'm going to ask y'all one more question here. So and that's good because we'll have an excuse to bring y'all. We don't need an excuse, but we can bring you guys back on. What is your favorite cruise port?
Favorite cruise port? Go ahead.
That's a hard one.
No, I think it's easy. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, I can answer it right away, but
New Orleans?
No, mine's Port Canaveral.
It is easy. I just like New Orleans because it's going down the river.
Yeah, but as far as getting in and out of a port,
it's
in ease is Port Canaveral.
And a follow on to that, what is your favorite port of call?
Favorite port of call right now so far it's Cozumel.
Yeah.
I mean, out of the ones we've been to,
yeah.
I love just the ease of getting in. There's so much to do. We know our way around, and just but we're limited where we've been.
Sure.
But between where we've been, Jamaica, Nassau,
Cozumel's our favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Meg said Roatan. That's one that I definitely want to go see. I want to go see the monkeys and tigers and all that stuff that they have there.
We're going in September.
Kara's determined she wants to go see the sloths.
The sloths, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
There's a picture yesterday of somebody holding it. It was just smiling like what an old one.
So I'll tell you. So yeah, Antoinette
Danny
is right from Cozumel.
I've been missing Danny. Danny, I hadn't talked to you in weeks.
He's been moving, so
I know he has, but I've missed him.
I'm glad somebody did.
Danny's my friend. He may not consider me his friend, but I consider Danny my friend.
Yeah. Well, the captain would like to have Danny walk the plank, but I think the captain would like to have a lot of people walk the plank. The captain is everyone's nemesis.
Yeah.
On the World Wrestling Vlog, he's the heel, and we're the cowboy Paul Vines and I we're both faces. We're baby faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Danny back in here. I guess that means that they're finally starting to get settled in. Let's see. So another thing, that's what I lost my train of thought there for a second. It doesn't take long for that train to leave the station around here. But Bimini. So we went when we were on this. Was it the Spirit? Yeah, it was the Spirit that we had a port of call in Bimini, and we loved Bimini. Bimini was fantastic. Hey, Ron Darrell, good to see you in there. But yeah, I think once they get everything straightened out there, Resorts World, which they will, because they're a huge organization and they're partnered with Hilton. That's going to be a fantastic port of call. I mean, it's just beautiful. Food was good, but it's a little discombobulated right now, though.
Is Bimini as small as it looks on the vlogs, or is it?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why people get golf carts there, because they'll just go from end to end. But there's a lot to see there, and it is pretty fun.
That's what we'll do next time. Golf carts.
Got to be careful with the golf carts though, because there's a lot of drinking and driving that goes on.
Oh, I'm sure.
But man, I'm gonna tell you, we have not seen more beautiful water anywhere. I mean,
Cozumel was
good, but yeah, Bimini, Cozumel, the snorkeling was better.
I tell you, where was it that Mike from Lovey's Fat Life went?
Bonaire.
Bonaire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looked beautiful too.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I hate to cut this short. I think we could probably go 2 or 3 hours pretty easily, but we'll definitely have to bring y'all back on. But Scott is in, and we don't want to infringe upon his time. We'll probably go down to hardly any viewers pretty quick, because Scott's a lot better looking and a lot more well spoken than I am.
We appreciate y'all having us, guys.
That's right. He don't have any eye candy up yet, so we've got all the eye candy. But thank y'all so much. I'm going to bring y'all down here in just a second. If you would tell the people what you got coming up, that way they can all join and watch and see what you guys have.
Every Friday night at 7:00, we'll be live as long as we can at 7:00 on our YouTube channel, and we'll have
play some trivia with us.
Come play trivia with us. You might could win a brain, win some other stuff. We're giving away all sorts of stuff right now, and we got some vlogs coming out in September, and we've got some other stuff up our sleeves, some other vlogs. But anyway, we appreciate y'all having us, Josh, Chastity.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to have you guys on, and so glad to be able to return the favor that y'all did for us way back when. It seems like a long time ago. It wasn't that long, but thank you so much, and we appreciate y'all being great friends.
Hey guys, we love y'all. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great night.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. All right, Moonlight Mafia. If you have not liked, subscribed, and hit the alert bell for SCT Adventures, go over there and do it. They are fantastic people with a lot of good information. If you haven't done the same for us, please do the same for us as well. Anyone that we talked about that you may have missed or whatever, just get in touch with us through Moonlight Adventures 757 at Gmail or through the Facebook page. Go over there and become part of the Facebook page, part of the Mafia as well, and you'll get all that information. Right now, we're going to head over to Kicking It Country and keep this train going, keep this thing going. We're going to go over and raid them, make sure he gets plenty of views and likes. We appreciate you guys. As always, bless up, bless out. Moonlight Adventures, we out.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Keep smiling and looking pretty until I get this put up.